we're dropping the motor in. I know the manifold's not on. Usually I like dropping it with the manifold on, but since the turbo's kind of big, I kind of needed to kind of move a little bit. So when I drop it in, what's it called? It's not hitting the transmission, because if you guys see, it's probably gonna hit right here. Like push it this way and then try to like slide it on in. But yeah, so like I said, today we're gonna drop this in, and plus I don't have the forgot to have him order the PCV, because like I said, we're deleting the hard line for the PCV, and then the coolant line that goes like literally under here and then comes up to the reservoir. So yeah, we're replacing all that. We're gonna have it nice and clean down here. What's it called? So that way this big ass inlet is not all like compressed and squeezed. And yeah, that's pretty much the plan for today. I'm just gonna drop it in, put the clutch in. Well, first things first, I gotta get the cherry picker, take all these bolts out. For one, take all these bolts out, and then thread in the bottom studs, because they're right here. And I gotta throw the flywheel on, which you got ACT, and I gotta throw the clutch on, same thing, ACT. Usually what I did before, I kind of put the throwout bearing on the clutch itself, and then I would fish it with the fork. But I find it a lot easier, you know, ever since I've been working at Subaru, I've been finding little shortcuts here and there. I found it a lot easier putting the clutch fork and the throwout bearing right there on the tranny already hooked up and everything. And then literally once you drop it in and like it's fully flush, just literally smack the shit out of the the fork, and then it'll clip onto the clutch. If not, just literally get your hook up everything and just literally slam the clutch pedal. And then literally just slam the clutch pedal once it's fully engaged, and then everything will be pretty good from there. Anywho, but yeah, so I'm gonna drop the motor in, and then tomorrow, I would say today, but today I kind of had a late start. Tomorrow I'm pretty much gonna start building the fuel lines, which by the way, like he got extra fittings, the ones I told him to get, which are these. They're 6s. Oh, I was not focusing. But there are 6 AN lines, 6 AN fittings, 45 degrees. So I'll pretty much do like it'll be a parallel fuel system. So it'll be like this one and that one married into one, and this one and bottom one married into another one, so forth and so forth. Like I said, as long as you have it in and out, that's all that matters. I'm pretty much going to be copying the what's it called, the cop fuel rails, but you know, just gonna have it run a little cleaner and have it come like through here, and then this one through here, and then pretty much I'll probably mount the 85 sensor probably right here where this is at. I'll probably mount it a little differently, so that way, you know, it kind of comes here, then from the 85 sensor it kind of goes to the fuel pressure regulator, which I might mount next to the AOS. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about where to mount it. He kind of wants it visible, so it looks cool. I was thinking putting it over there with like my girl's car, but you know, it's a lot more lines to kind of keep routing. So I was thinking maybe putting it like somewhere around here, like getting a little bracket or something, and like putting it up here, or maybe type into the firewall up here. I don't know. Once I get to that tomorrow, then I'll start building it, building the full fuel lines coming from the tank to the front. Like I said, same scenario as what I did. So yeah. So I mean, without further ado, guys, let's literally jump right into it. I'm gonna put you guys in the time lapse, probably top of the fridge again, so you can see me put the motor in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. so motor's in. All the bell housing bolts are, I mean, they're on, but not, a couple of them are not on, like the starter ones, and the two stud ones are not on yet. Only because, you know, I don't want to lift the car up right now. I'm gonna save that for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm actually get all the bell housing bolts on. The clutch is engaged, and I'm sure to put the spring on, and the, what's it called, the slave cylinder. Put that on already. So and it engaged pretty nicely. Like I said, just one hard push back, and then it engages, and then it's stuck on there. So that's pretty much all you got to do. And then also went ahead and put the front mount on, just because, you know, since I'm already here, I might as well like make my time useful and put the thing on. I did have to use, since he has the, what's it called, the hella horns. Same thing happened with my girls. You know, with this bracket or any other bracket with hella horns, you got to push it back or angle up the, what's it called, the hella horns, but then you got to cut up like this piece. But I didn't want to do that because I don't know if you wanted it like that, but I just made it to the where it bent the bracket back, and then I used a longer bolt to kind of go through this bracket and then that bracket, and you know, the actual where it mounts to. And then also, I don't know if you guys saw me hit this, but I had to hit this just because, you know, if it doesn't, it'll hit up right here and they'll be scratching it up, and it'll make it'll make a noise after a while, or, you know. And also what happened to me, it popped, like the intercooler pipe popped off, so that's why I had to bend that one. Luckily on 17 and under, it doesn't have both sides like my girls and mine. On mine, what's it called, I just cut it off. I didn't think about just bending the back. On my girls, I just bent both of them back, and then now they're ready. You know, both of the core pipes are ready. Also, I put like this extension brackets, see right here, and then one down here, so it kind of fits better, nice and smooth with the front mount. This harness, I'm probably gonna have to just tuck it right here anyways, and I should probably put this back. Now this is the water line. Gotta put it back where it was at, and boom. And it's actually, they made it nicely to where like the little extension brackets actually like fit with the bumper, so it's not hitting. It's like super nice flush fit with it, so it's not hitting or anything. And you got all the room now for the front mount and everything. The only thing is to put this clip back on. It's a pain in the ass, so I'm gonna just leave it like that. I usually cut it, like I said, I'm gonna leave that up to him. Once it kind of picks up the car, I'll make just a simple snip. So alright guys, that's it for right now. You know, for you guys it's gonna be like the next 30 seconds, but for me it's gonna be until tomorrow. I'm gonna start the fuel system. PCV hose that I ordered for this, it says it's on the way already after delivery, so I'm just waiting for that to actually come in. So we might actually get everything pretty assembled today. Well, I'm gonna try to. If not, then like I said, I'll wait another day, because either way I still gotta wait for the internal wastegate bracket, because he forgot to get one, since like I said we are running an external wastegate. But for now, right now what I'm gonna do is push the car back a little bit, and then I'm gonna show you guys what we're working with, which is, like I said, is all the fueling system. I'm probably gonna start with the TGVs, see where I could run them to, see how far I could run them to, and then we'll go from there. But for now, I mean, like I said, let me put you guys on the, what's it called? I'll put you guys on the table over there. I'm gonna bring it forward. But all right, without further ado, guys, let's get started. Let's build this fuel rails in line, and then yeah. Alright, so I finished building the lines for the fuel rails. Now actually the other hoses that I wanted to do first came in already, so this is the this is for the coolant hose. I know it's kind of long, but I'm gonna cut it because I'm gonna need to kind of go from here to the AOS, which my AOS, like I said, is gonna be mounted up here. So the AOS up there, and then it's gonna go from there to the AOS, and then from the AOS and it goes to the turbo. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can make it work around it. I'm gonna have to, like I said, extend the bottom one as well, and then kind of bring it over and then into the turbo. Just cause, like I said, I have to delete hella stuff. Also, I did the, what's it called? The PCV hose. It's a 5/8. It's pretty much like a fuel line. I mean, I don't want it to be like super weak, so that's why I got like this, and that's what looks nice. So everything can be like this style, because look, you see the fuel rails, there's this style, and then all the other lines can do the same thing. So it'll look pretty nice once I get it up once I get it there. All right, so it's gonna be a change of plans, guys. I was gonna put the fuel pressure regulator, which I don't know where I put it. I'll put it over here. I was gonna mount it up here like that, so it looks kind of cool next to the AOS. But then I realized if I do that and then I run the E85 sensor down there and then back that way, all the heat is literally right here where the exhaust is at and the turbo and all that. And yeah, I don't know, I mean, it would be nice to try to do it over there, but I don't have like heat wrap to wrap them up so they don't get hot or melt in there or anything like that. And he does want to go rotate it down the line, so having the rotated turbo like that close to the fuel lines is a big no-no. So I'm gonna just have to redo these lines. I mean, it's not hard. All I have to do is just literally take these apart and then cut them and then kind of have them like this, and then merge them into one, and then to the E85 sensor, and from the E85 sensor to the fuel pressure regulator, which I'm mounted up here again like I did to my girl's car. And then from there, you know, back down and up, and then back to the fuel tank. So that's where I'm at right now, guys. I know I wanted to do it. I know I wanted to do it a little differently, but yeah, maybe some other time. Maybe I'll try it on my car first before, you know, before trying someone else's car, and then, you know, at least if mine blows up, it's just my car. It's not someone else's car. But yeah, that's where we're at now, guys. I mounted the AOS in the middle where I wanted it. Actually, this line is actually pretty perfect. I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit. I might not. Actually, I'm gonna probably just leave it like how it is, and then just put one of those heat wraps on it. So, like I said, the turbo's right there, so I don't want to get it too hot. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. Just finished pretty quickly because I've been sitting on this car for a little too long. Not because I wanted to, just because parts, you know, got delayed, and, you know, missing parts, etc, etc. So anywho, I built the lines pretty much. I'm gonna run it high, kind of like the cob ones. The cob ones kind of go through one way, but I just kind of decided to, since we're deleting the evap, I decided to kind of run it, and, you know, just how it is. And all these plugs are gonna be blocked off because of the evap. You're not using the evap anymore. And we're not using the AOS to kind of, you know, go off this one and this one. So like I said, the less hoses the better, the more cleaner it looks. So right now I'm literally just about ready to kind of throw in the the intake manifold and the harness. I'll probably throw in the harness first because it kind of tidy everything up in there, just so it looks all nice and clean. But so right now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this off, this plastic trim piece, just because, you know, it looks ugly. And then I'm gonna take these sensors off. I'm gonna take this off, plug this one, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much about it, honestly. And then yeah, like I said, I'm gonna just run the harness. I'll probably run the harness under the intake just so it looks nice and cleaner. And then I'm gonna relocate the ground. I'm gonna pretty much put it on the valve cover, kind of how I have mine, just so I have the intake manifold look clean, pretty fucking clean, without any harnesses or any wires. Boost controller, I'll probably leave it where it's at just because there has kind of pre-cut lines already, and it makes it a lot easier, you know, just since it's already pre-cut as it is. And plus, I don't have that much room to put it anywhere else. And then just how it sits. If it was rotated, I could probably put it under the manifold, but since it's not rotated yet, I'll have to leave it where it's at. Like I said, fuel pressure regulator is mounted over here. I have my girls, like I said earlier. Now I still got to build the line that goes from here to the back to the tank, and then I got to build the other line, the feed line, which is just the feed. It's 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So it's a feed, pretty fat feed. So yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm also the 85 sensor right here. Pretty much like I said, kind of looks like the Cobb one. I do have to block off one side of the fuel pressure regulator. I kind of want to have both running into it, so it looks cooler. But then it's a lot better to have the 85 sensor before the fuel pressure regulator. So I'd rather just have it like that, just so we don't have any issues down the line. Which we won't. I mean, it'll still work. The 85 sensor will still work after, but it's a lot better to just have it kind of somewhat close to the fuel rails, just so like it reads it like, oh. Hits in the head. So what I did, I kind of tucked the wire underneath the inlet, as you guys can see, taking off that what's it called, the hard pipe that comes up through here, and then the PCV and all this other stuff, what's it called, the evap sensors. Took those off as well. You can see the inlet is like not even squished at all anymore. It's like perfectly. So he's gonna get the maximum output out of this. You know, gotta cut. But anyways, here's what I get the maximum power out of this, hopefully. But yeah, it doesn't have any hard bends or anything like that. It's touching the TGV like I said earlier, but it's not like super compressed to where it might cause a hole later on, because like I said, I rotated the turbo a little bit and pushed it this way. But yeah, I mean this is the best I could do for tucking the harness. Like I said, the ground, I shifted it over to the side over here on the valve cover. I mean, as long as it's touching the motor, it doesn't really matter. What's it called? I changed the fittings for the boost controller to 1/4 inch. One's going to the turbo, one's going up to here, and then the other one's gonna go to the external wastegate. Based on this, just look up your boost controller, what you have. See if you have Cobb, then go based off the Cobb, whatever it says. So you have Grim Speed, then go based off what this one says. So with Grim Speed, it's just one line to the, I think to the bottom port of the wastegate, and then the top one just let it free, let it do its thing. So it's literally simple as that. As far as all the fuel rails and whatnot lines, like I said, everything's tucked under there. It's not hitting anything. They're not like smashed up or anything. The only thing is that it is smashed up is probably the return, because you know they got a bunch of fucking hoses down there. But I mean, I don't really care about the recirculating hose, because either way he's pushing out like majority of it outside anyways. But yeah, so I'm not gonna end it here yet, guys. I'm still gonna have one more day just to kind of fucking tackle this and finish it out completely. So we're gonna have like fucking 10 parts. So I'm gonna try to, right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just clean up for today, because look at this. It started out clean, don't get me wrong. All my tools are like laid out perfectly nice, and then all of a sudden, whoop! There's like someone threw up over here. But anywho, I'm gonna clean up tonight. I'm pretty much done for tonight. Like I said, unfortunately we couldn't put the AOS in the middle. Fortunately, I left the bracket on there because he says he's gonna rotate it pretty soon. So I told him I'm gonna leave the bracket on there just so pretty much ready to go. Just I gotta do this, shift it over. I left the hoses kind of long as well, so that way, you know, when I move it over I could just cut it. What else? I think that's about it for what I did today. I mean, I just put the manifold, I'll put the harness on. Alright guys, so just finished about everything. Sorry, I have a mess. I have all the bunch of shit on the windshield. But just finished the dual pumps, did all the wiring, finished everything up. Now this is gonna be like the first startup. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing, let it load up all the way, tune the car pretty much. And then first thing I'm gonna do is pretty much, what's it called? I disconnected the crank position sensor, which is the sensor right under the alternator. Like literally you see the alternator like right in the bottom. Let's just unplug that one. And all I gotta do is literally just hold it for like about, let's say 5 seconds, probably a little less than that, just to get like the oil pressurized. And then once you get the oil pressurized, then what you're gonna do is literally start it, let the vehicle start, and then turn it off right away. And then do that like about 4 or 5 times. And then after that, then you have to let it, and then you can start it again and then let it run for like, what's it called, until it comes back to like a normal idle. And then from there, then you could go for, then you have to rev it to like 2,500 RPM, so it's somewhere around there, 3,000, somewhere around there. You have to rev it up, hold it there for like 15 minutes, and then from there, it's pretty much ready to go. So here we go. And then let it sit for a second. Then you gotta do it again. And then check for leaks. Okay, connected the sensor back in there. Now all I gotta do is literally start it for real this time. Once it starts, kill it. Kill it. Do it again. Kill it. Kill it. And one more time. Boom. And it's alive. Gonna let it run till it idles. And I gotta run for like 15 minutes. Alright, so one of the oil seals on the dipstick fell. Or not fell, it ripped off. I don't know why. But I got a little bit of oil on the header wrap, so now it's smoking like my girl's car a while ago. It's not that bad. It was only a couple drops that I saw on the header wrap, and it didn't look too wet. But I mean, you never know on the inner wrap, see if it's soaked or not. But I'm just running it off right now. Car drives great. I mean, it has a check engine light on it because of the EVAP. I deleted all the EVAP stuff because race car. So yeah, deleted all the EVAP stuff. Now I'm just, like I said, now I'm just driving it around, make sure everything's solid, make sure everything's tip-top shape. So far, so good. So far, I mean, it's driving literally like butter. Nothing's wrong with it. No feedback knock, no nothing. Temperatures are good. What's it called? All the pressures are good. Everything's good. Everything's phenomenal right now. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Hope you guys literally, I hope this video, so this series kind of helped you guys. I know I kind of skipped through a lot just because, you know, I was in a bad spot this past couple weeks. For those who don't know, my grandma passed away, and I didn't want to pick up the camera. I just wanted to finish this car and, you know, go on with my day. But you know, but I have to push this content out for you guys. So yeah, so here we are, driving this car right now. IAG 700 long block with what's it called? A Blanche turbo and and the smoky header wrap. I'm just kidding. You know, pretty much full bolt-ons. I already kind of went over what he has on the first video. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go up there somewhere. I'll link it up here somewhere. Go up there, and then yes, we'll see. Next video for this car is when we go get tuned. Right now, it's pretty much just breaking miles. So pretty much what you got to do is the first 50 miles is literally put regular ass oil, like 530, like conventional, just to kind of have everything lubricated. And then after 50 miles, literally drain that shit, drain it, and put a new filter on, put new oil in, everything on the whole 9 yards. And then after you put the brake-in oil, which is, I think it's like 1030. I don't know what the hell it is. It's on the IAG website. It tells you literally what kind of what kind of oil to use, and etc., etc. And then pretty much just run it for 500 miles, drain the oil, change the filter, then I think 1500 miles, same thing. Hold on. And then same thing, 1500 miles, same thing, drain the oil, fill it up with another break-in oil, and then once you get 3,000 miles, then you use the regular Multool. It says if you run E85, you use 10W30 Multool, and if you use 91, then use 540 Multool. I mean, since we're gonna be running E85 on this car, I mean, I might as well just do the 1030. It's a little bit thicker and a little bit better for the car, so that way, you know. But so yeah, so far, like I said, guys, it drives phenomenal. Sorry for the shakiness. It's kind of hard to record in this fucking Tracy roads. They're shitty as hell, and the alignment's kind of off because it kind of pulls to the left a little bit. But yeah, other than that, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are brand new, you guys are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, everything. You know, everything helps. So let's get me to 1,000 subscribers. Oh, car wanted to go. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one.